when you have a piece of content that really starts to pick up speed and take off, what is amazing about that is you can always bring that content back to your business or what it is that you have going on. And that's exactly what I advised Arlie to do is, okay, let's take this back to like what you would actually do if this politician was your client. My name is Lauren Turton, and I have been in the business coaching space for several years now, but I wasn't always in this world. I came from working in the restaurant industry for many years. From there, I pivoted into the event production world. Both are physical work. And what I realized when I was ending my time in the event production world is that I needed to learn and teach myself how to make money online. I didn't know how to make money online. And it was important for me to teach myself how to do that, because if I did not teach myself how to make money online, I was going to be doing physical work for the rest of my life. And so I took the time to learn how to create funnels. That is the first thing that I taught myself was on ClickFunnels, how to make funnels. And it was miserable for me. I didn't have a lot of background in computers. I didn't know what I was doing online, but I knew that I needed to teach myself how to be able to do this so that I could ultimately change my life and create the ability to work online, which allows you to be able to work from anywhere in the world. And so from there, what happened is I learned how to do enough things online that I was able to connect with the people that I had met from when I worked in the restaurant industry, from when I worked in event production, and be able to do a few things for them online. The first year that I started working with clients online, I wrapped up the year with 15 clients, and I said, okay, this is something. I got something going on here. I need to figure out really how to take it to the next level. And that's when I started diving into, okay, what is it that other people are doing online? And I saw some people who were running coaching programs. And I said, okay, what is this whole world of business coaching? And this was enough time ago that the industry wasn't super saturated with women who were in this space. And I said, okay, who are some women in this industry that are doing the things and doing the stuff? So then I started diving into what it is they were doing, but more importantly, I started reverse engineering their businesses. I said, okay, if I click on this link, it takes me here. And what is this link showing me? And what is it that they're doing? But what does this actually mean? And that's when I really started to learn and understand how the business coaching industry works with courses, group programs, one-on-one programs, and how to create these ways to work with people online. And from there, I said, oh, okay, this is what I need to figure out how to do with working with people in a better capacity. So from there, I started my journey in the coaching industry. The next thing that I did to really take things to the next level is I invested. I invested into a coaching program.
Okay.
And that was really important for me to do because I needed somebody who had already done something at a higher capacity to share with me the strategies on how to get there. And I took massive action on that. And that is when things really started pumping and really started going for me in the coaching space. I was told by the coach that I had at the time a 90-day game plan. And I stuck to that 90-day game plan, Arlie, and I went hard with the 90-day game plan. And within 90 days, I was able to enroll clients into a 5K program. And I was able to hit 25K, 30K on my third month.
Okay. When were your first time that you invest in a coaching program?
It would have been 2018 or 2019 was the first time. And since then, I've invested a lot of money into coaching. It's really, really important, not just for business, but for self mastery as well, to really get the support that you need on this journey
Mhm.
from others who have already done something, and now they can help you on your journey. And it's really important to have mentors and guidance while we're doing all of these things, because so much comes up, not just on the business side of things, and you need to be able to ask someone questions and get support. You also need to be held accountable but more importantly, on the self-mastery side of things, there's so much that comes up as we're going on this journey, and being able to be surrounded by people and have the support that you need is just, it's vital on this journey.
Okay. Yes, I think that the coaching space is very big because a lot of people is now in coaching space about business, spiritual uh, coaching, and all these different kind of coaching. And you are focused on business coaching, or do you have another type of coaching that you are teaching?
Great question. So I recently was hired by Andrew Cruzy, which I think you might know him. I was recently hired by Andrew to be the client success manager at Masters of Fate. And I've been on this team for 4 months now. And it's amazing because this role, this position allows me to support our clients on their journeys. And what I'm able to support them with is their mindset. A lot of clients book one-on-one calls with me, and what it comes down to is the mindset around what it is the problem is in their business. So
Okay.
because of the experience that I have in the past with my own business, I'm able to quickly get into a conversation with one of our clients and analyze what's going on with them and guide them through the mindset portion first to then overcome what we need to with the business strategy. And I also work with our clients on our group coaching calls, and I'm also supporting them in different messaging channels that we have. And so I would say what it is that I work with our clients on is self-mastery and business mastery. And when it comes to business mastery, I really have gotten a good understanding of content creation. I've been showing up online for over 15 years now, and I love to be able to share all of the experiences and strategies that I know about content creation with our clients.
Okay. Oh, well, that is amazing. Wow. Tell me more about when you start on this world, on marketing, online, content creation, everything. I think that was when you started in crypto space, right?
Uh, So I actually started showing up online with, I wouldn't even say back then it was content creation. It was more so identifying that I could make more money if I leveraged social media over 15 years ago. And that was when I was a bartender in a sports bar. And I
Well,
realized back then that if I friend requested my regulars and then posted about the shifts I was working and the specials that we had, that more people would come in to see me. And then therefore I would make more money. And then when I got into the event production space, same thing. If I was posting about the events that I was involved in, and then also taking the next step to send personal invites to people, more people would come to my events. Therefore, I would make more money. And so when I look back at the content that I was putting out back then, it's really fun for me to look back on because it wasn't from a strategy mindset or from like a high level experience experience that I have now. It was more just like, hey, this is something I can do. I'm going to take action on this and just post. And I'm just going to talk to people and have conversations. It was when I got into the business coaching space late 2000, 2018, 2019, that I really started to learn more strategy about content creation. Then in 2021, I pivoted into the crypto space, like you said. And that's when I think I really started to understand content creation at a higher level. At that time, TikTok was the platform where more people were gathering for Lucky. Sorry, hold on. My dog she's caught. Lucky. Um, 2019 was when I pivoted into the crypto space, and more people were talking about those conversations over on TikTok. So what TikTok opened me up to was a different style of content creation that I hadn't seen yet on Instagram, that I hadn't seen yet on Facebook. At that time, TikTok was known for Gen Z and younger people dancing on TikTok, but also showing up in a different way that millennials, elder millennials, and older weren't doing yet. They were having actual authentic conversations. And they were doing things online that, again, millennials and elder millennials and older, we had never been doing before. So I really got exposed to showing up authentically online because of Gen Z on TikTok. And that platform has changed my life. That platform has allowed me to have deeper conversations, more meaningful conversations, connect with people online around the world in a different way than I had over on Instagram and Facebook. And what's been amazing about that is I've been able to take what happens over on TikTok and now infuse it into how I show up on Instagram and on Facebook.
Okay. Can you give us tips about how to connect with your audience? Because I think that a lot of entrepreneur people or people that is thinking in show the face, like try to talk on the camera. First point is for people maybe it's difficult because it's very vulnerable. So it's like, is my face, is me talking, and it's like maybe I am not doing this well, or how can I do better, you know? So it's like a lot of questions when you are trying to do something new. So what do you think that for you is that helps more to create more content and connect with your audience? Because it's not just posting or put your face on the camera, is connect with people. So what do you think that is something that can help with this situation?
Well, you brought up a really great point, Arlie, in that people are nervous about showing up online, showing their face, their voice, using all of these powerful, powerful things that we have within us. Because here's the thing, it is a big deal to show up online. It is a big deal to have your face out there, use your voice, share your opinion. There's a lot that comes up with that. And I want people to know and recognize that. We got to stem back to the way a lot of us were taught growing up. So many of us were taught not to talk about certain subjects. So many of us were taught to only show up when you look presentable, to not share certain things because you don't want people to think of you in a negative way. Those are all things that were instilled in us for many people in childhood. So as an adult, that is what we are having in the back of our minds. The other thing is we have to remember that for a lot of people, I would say elder millennials and above, we did not grow up with technology. We did not grow up with the internet. We did not grow up with the computer in our house. I remember for me, I graduated high school 2004. I didn't have my first computer class until I was a sophomore or a junior.
Okay.
So I did not grow up with all of this stuff. And that's another thing to remember is that for a lot of people in the business world and the coaching space who might be mid 30s or older, we're still learning how to really use this technology because we didn't grow up with it. So those are two things I want people to know and recognize where they're at with showing up online. The other thing is that a lot of people haven't learned that how people respond, react, or don't engage with you has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's going on with them. This has been one of my biggest life lessons that I've had to learn. And once I really understood this, it made me realize that if someone were to react to me negatively online, which has happened, I've been dragged online by a couple people. It's happened. When that person did that, it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with what is going on with them. If someone says something negative about you online, which I know you have the fear of that when you're first creating content, it's happened to me. When I see those types of comments or I get those kinds of messages, I just am like, okay, well, it literally has nothing to do with me. It has to do with what's going on with them. This person is obviously going through a hard time and they're taking it out on me. Once you really, truly get an understanding of that, then there's no fear with showing up online because it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's going on with them. So with all of that being said, you just got to go for it. You just got to do it. You've got to post the picture with the copy that you have the ability to write right now. You've got to post the video with the skill sets that you have right now. And here's the thing, it's probably not going to be that great. And that's okay because you're learning. And it's going to get better the more you practice and the more that you commit to this. I know that most people who make the decision to show up online, they're doing it because they want to connect with other people. And most likely they have a problem to solve for other people. So if you don't show up online, how are you going to connect with people? And how are you going to help them solve that problem? And then there was another question that you had asked Arlie in regards to how to actually connect with people online, because it's not just posting, it's not just putting it out there and then not engaging. First, with your content is you want to create content and put content out there that's actually going to ignite something in someone else. It's actually going to get the conversation going. It's going to spark their curiosity. And so think of the content you put out in that viewpoint. Yesterday, I did a live workshop for the 7-figure entrepreneur community. And in that workshop, I was sharing about how people love to be in the know and they love to be having conversations about things that are happening in the world right now. So if there's any trending topics that are going on, that's always a great way to start creating content, is talk about the sports games, talk about the series that's trending on Netflix, talk about the red carpet event in Hollywood. These are all things that other people are talking about. It's trending right now. That's a way that you can get going with content creation. And then from there, it's actually engage with people back. I look at so many people's pages and they'll put something out there and then they don't reply back to people who commented.
Mm.
So it's really important to remember that it's called social media and that we need to keep social media actually social.
Mm. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, that is amazing. And Lauren, about you say that you are in a self-mastery coaching too. How did you balance the difference between business and self-mastery, like personal? Because I think that when you are talking about one topic, it's easy. Like for me, it's always marketing entrepreneur. So it's something that I have in my mind all day. But for you, like you are talking about self-mastery and you are talking about business, how did you balance both topics to talk with your audience?
This is a great question, and I'm so glad that you asked it because I've gone down some rabbit holes before with my content where all I was putting out was business content. And then I realized as a human being who does things outside of the business space, who likes to wear fun clothes. I also have a clothing resale business. I'm also a free diver that wears a mermaid costume. I do a lot of traveling. There's a lot of things in my world happening outside of just business. And so what I have curated on my accounts is what I like to call the 5 pillars of content. And what I'll actually do is I'll drop it in the links on both of our pages so people can get access to this talk that I've delivered on the 5 pillars of content. I think it's important for people to know and understand that you're not just your business, you're not just your work, and that you can share what you feel comfortable with outside of that on your socials. So with the 5 pillars of content in this training I deliver, I go through some steps that you can take to pick 5 areas of your life that you want to be known for, essentially what your personal brand is known for. And with these 5 areas of your life, you're going to have different subtopics that you talk about that pertain to that main topic. So it might be something like business mastery, self-mastery, fashion, travel, living in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Those are essentially the 5 things that people know about me. Think about kind of a snapshot of someone else. When you think of someone, you're like, oh yeah, that's Lauren. That's that chick that talks about business and then she's diving and she does things with fashion and sometimes she comes up with pink hair. That's what people know about me. It's because I've curated my content in this way so that you actually do get to know about me. And what's also beautiful about this is you can choose areas of your life that you don't talk about.
Wow.
I have certain areas of my life that people know nothing about. Nothing about. Yet you still know Lauren Turton. You still know a lot of things about me. And so again, I'll drop this training in both of our chats so that people can get access to this, because I think it's really, really helpful for people who are just getting started online to be able to start to curate what their personal brand looks like.
Okay. Yeah. I remember the first time that I was trying to record a video, and I on the last event that we stayed together in Miami, something that I was trying to understand is how can I get the attention to the people, because we have like 2 seconds to the people stay on our video. So it's like, how can I get the attention? And I remind that you say something about take something, move the coffee, like you can move your body and all these tips. Can you repeat these tips for the audience? Like, how can we get the attention to the people in 2 seconds, like the first seconds?
Great question. So in regards to video content, there's verbal hooks and there's visual hooks. So a verbal hook is the first thing that comes out of your mouth. So I never want you to start a video with, hey guys, just hopping on. Boring. I've already scrolled, right? You want to start it off with a verbal hook that's actually going to capture their attention. So something like, you're never going to believe what I'm going to tell you. Or have you heard about, and then you can go into something like something verbally that's going to capture their attention. The other thing is visual hooks. Visual hooks are visual hooks. When somebody is watching the video, making sure that visually it is interesting. So a visual hook could look like when you have the camera out like this, don't just hold it right here, move it in a little bit so that it's more interesting, or you move around a little bit. You're never going to believe. Or if you have a cup in your hand, you're taking the cup down from your mouth and you're saying, you're never going to believe. Okay. So like visually you saw something. Another one is also, I guess would be auditory hooks. If you have a cup with a straw in it, and you also clink the straw around with the ice, it's making another little auditory hook. So it's like your voice, visually you're moving, and there's another sound that's happening. That's another type of hook you can add in there. Putting your lip gloss on in a video, or lipstick, any kind of makeup, is also a visual hook. So something like, you're never going to believe. Okay. And go into the video. Okay. Sunglasses are a good one. So like, you're never going to believe, you put your sunglasses up. Okay. So those are some tips that you can use to make your video more interesting from the verbal standpoint and the visual standpoint. Okay, that is amazing. Yeah, like I think that when I was starting, I was like, oh, when can I put the camera? I look beautiful or I don't look beautiful. How can I say this? Like, yeah, it's like very difficult when you start, but I think that these tips can help a lot, like to have more developed. It's more movement, it's more interaction for the person on the other end. Another great one is, and you did this in one of your TikToks that went off, is just walking with the camera as you're leaving a place and treating it as if you're on a FaceTime with one of your good friends. You're never going to believe. I hate when politicians do. But you're walking out of the gym, you're walking out of your house, getting up out of the car. Those types of things really make your video more interesting as well. Yeah, I want to talk about something that happened the last month, that I just uploaded a video in TikTok talking about politics stuff. So I was very angry in that moment. I was just going to the gym. I just recorded a video, posting in TikTok. And then like 15 minutes after, I was with a lot of people watching my video. And I was like, Lauren, I don't know what to do. People is like, a lot of people, commentaries, likes, shares. And I was like, what can I do, Lauren? And Lauren was amazing with me, because he was like, okay, relax. This is happening. Just answer with something that can help you to talk about your business and to talk about what do you think.
So I was like, okay, I am super nervous. This is the first time that I have a video, and was like very weird the first time. Yeah, but you helped me a lot to process the next steps. Like, okay, you have the audience now, so now talk with this audience. Yeah, that was amazing. And this is the reason, because I think that it's very important to have a coach, because the coach is with you. Like, the coach is follow you, like, is supporting you. And I think that if this is happening with me without coaching, I just feel scary, and maybe I want to never record another video in TikTok, like, yeah, because it's very weird. But I was very grateful that you was there, because it was like a lot of support, and I was like, okay, I can do it. I have the strategy. I know what to do.
And it's really cool what happened with you, because it's a great example of what can happen with content creation when you talk about a trending topic, like I said earlier. So for more context, Arlie had put out a video on TikTok when Arlie was leaving the gym. So like the visual hook was there. And then the verbal hook was something about like, I hate when politicians do. Well, come on, right there. That opens up to a lot of people, because a lot of people have opinions about what politicians do. And this video started going viral. And when you have a piece of content that really starts to pick up speed and take off, what is amazing about that is you can always bring that content back to your business or what it is that you have going on. And that's exactly what I advised Arlie to do is, okay, let's take this back to like what you would actually do if this politician was your client. So this was a great example of trending topic. It got the conversation going, and then Arlie was able to bring it back to what Arlie had going on. And then you touched on another really great thing, Arlie, is this is why we invest in mentorship. This is why we invest in coaching, because these types of situations can be overwhelming. It can be scary when your content starts to go viral. You start getting negative comments. You start getting people in your inboxes. And then also, wait, I don't actually know what to do to properly manage it. So it was wonderful that you were able to lean on me for support during that time.
Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. Okay, thank you so much, Lauren. I just want to ask you something more.
Okay.
The last question is about, now you are with a girls group, like women group, and I want that you talk with us about this group, like what are you doing with this group, how are you supporting this group, everything that you can tell me about this, because I have a lot of friends that are in entrepreneur space, but I think that in this point it's difficult to believe that someone can help you, because it's a lot of just people that just want your money, and people that is not really commitment to help you to grow. So yeah, I think that it is important to talk about that, if you want to share something.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for asking. So I shared earlier that I work with Andrew at Masters of Fate, and we have a couple different ways that we work with our clients. We have Masters of Business, we have the Brotherhood, and we have the Sisterhood. And so inside the Sisterhood is this amazing group program that Andrew and I have cultivated, where we're supporting women in business and really helping them with, like we said earlier, self-mastery and business mastery. We're providing the tools and resources, but more importantly, the support that they need to actually grow their businesses. This is not just another coaching program where you enroll and you get a couple calls with the person you enrolled with. What Andrew and I have created is access to 5 calls a week in the group container setting. And then they're able to book calls with me whenever they want, on top of the strategy calls that they get inside of this offer as well. So it's truly your outsourced COO. We are there for you for your mindset, your business, your content strategy. It's everything you need to properly support your business. And then We have all of the women who are inside this container. We have group messages for the women. I mentioned earlier, we have the group coaching calls for them. And you're not just getting support from Andrew, myself, the other team members at Masters of Fate. You're also getting support with and from all of the other women in the group as well. And there are powerful women in there. We have one of our clients in the container who's already created a multi-six-figure business. She took some time off and now she's launching her new business. So the other day, this client was able to share with us some really cool strategies in regards to content creation that she's doing right now that's getting massive, massive results. And so for anyone who might be thinking about joining a program or joining a different group, is I want you to think about not just who it is that you'd be working with, but also who are the other people inside the group, because it really does change and impact your life. We had a client who enrolled with us just 2 weeks ago, and she sent me a message a couple of days ago about how she is a different person since joining this group. A different person. That's huge. She basically quantum leaped because of what she has done inside this group, the people she's connected with, and the support that she's getting.
Yeah, that is amazing. I saw the progress on this program, and I saw how the girls are doing. Sometimes they started to zero and they are now like doing a lot of sales, and it's like, whoa. And this is just for the program, like the support. So it's amazing. Thank you for all your support, Lauren. I think that all the girls are like very excited with this. And just one question more, and that's all. What are you hearing or reading something that, I don't know, like podcast or some book or something that you can suggest for people that is starting the content creation or is starting the business?
Great, great question. So actually, I'm going to go a different direction than just business,
Okay.
because it's something that we're doing inside the sisterhood. And I know that it's having a massive impact for everyone inside the sisterhood. And this actually goes back to how important self-mastery is when you're on the business journey. So right now, we're currently doing a challenge for the month of June where the ladies inside the sisterhood are writing a love letter to money every day.
Mhm.
And I suggest everyone to do this because it's really going to bring forth some things in regards to your relationship with money that you might not have realized. And it could be uncomfortable. It could make you feel weird. It could make you feel strange. There's a lot that comes up with spending time writing a love letter to money every day. And there's going to be some massive breakthroughs that happen for you on this journey. So that's what I suggest for people to embark on right now, is set aside just 5 minutes a day for the next month and write a love letter to money and see what comes up and comes through.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much, Lauren. I think that this interview was very interesting. Thank you for your time. I will write your links for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So people, if want to connect with Lauren, this is the information. And something more that you want to say?
I would just say, for anyone who's made it this far on the call, who's listened to Arlie and I chat, and you haven't invested in mentorship or coaching, find the right container for you, the right group, the right people as soon as possible, and get all up in there and take massive, aligned, imperfect action. Just go for it and just do it. The more you think about it, the more you wait, that's more time that things aren't happening. So just get out there and do it and optimize as you go.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that was here. And that's all for right now. Thank you. See you.
That's all for today. Subscribe to see more similar videos.